Oh, hey there, sexy soul. How are you? Welcome back. Oh, it's a gorgeous morning. Okay, I've got my coffee. Go ahead and grab your matcha tea, your green tea, your lemon water, your coffee, your smoothie, your juice, your wine. I don't care what it is. Grab it. Let's settle in, get comfortable, take a deep breath. And let's open ourselves up to see if there is a message for you today. I love it when it's super duper hot. I know, right? I hope you can see the steam coming off of it. I'm weird. Again, energies are feeling optimistic. I was gonna say yummy, and the word got planted in my mind, optimistic. Like I was just like, and I'm like, okay, I like this. Let's see here. Oh, we're gonna go to our trusty Madame Endora, and they're already pulling me to the Secret Tarot. So, alrighty, here we go. You know, I try to rearrange these things so that they fit, just, you know, and I'll just stick this one over here. That's my Ocean Jasper. It doesn't really work, I guess. I'm gonna rearrange it so. Oh. Oh, well, okay. All right, here. So the first card is Oracle. Seek wisdom and guidance from elders. All right. Being able to get some guidance on something. Let's put this over here. I'm getting like a mentor type of energy, somebody who is well-versed in something that you're not. And I know it means, you know, because this could just be like, I want to process my feelings and emotions, but this is seeking out a specific type of knowledge. Beware who you trust. Okay, so when looking for guidance on something, you need to be careful. There's a lot of people that will present as if they are in the know, and because they can, they're really good at saying certain keywords and everything else like that. I feel like there's probably some people that you have looked at that you know have either a following, or other people are like, oh, this person would blah, blah, blah. And you get some kind of inkling and you're like, no. Trust your instincts, okay? And I also feel like, because I feel like whoever this person is that others might send you to or might suggest or recommend, they're the kind of person that would be a little bit backstabby. I'm just going to be honest with you. They're the type of person that would either, one, take your ideas to or like share your shit, like, you know what I mean, like talk about you, and if there's something that is unseen forces watch over you and fate has blocked this path for you. I think you've taken some ill advice before in trying to execute something, and it's time to really find somebody that you can genuinely trust. You do need to be careful of who that is. Not like in a scary way, like there's somebody that's seeking to do you harm, but there are people who would, I think that the way that they handle confidentiality and like, they're just not integral. I just gotta be honest with you. It feels like they're just not integral. I don't know why these crystals are getting on my nerves today. You may be in an energy of feeling like lost in the details, I want to say. So I'm getting a scenario of having sought and trying to like execute something in your past, right? Having to do something, maybe using ill advice from some source that you You have I'm going to use spirituality. We're just going to do that. You know, there's a lot of individuals out there who, as soon as they embark on their own personal spiritual path, through the excitement of feeling like they're becoming awake to who they really are, aren't quite fully healed, which is perfectly fine because we all have something to give at any stage of our life. In any stage of our evolution. I almost said revolution, sorry. But this is something where I sometimes see spiritual people who get into this, it's only this and it's only that. And it's really what they're doing when they're trying to tell you or express and share that this is the only way something is done, or this means that exactly, and try to tell you that you're wrong for what your beliefs are. They're really just perpetuating a pattern in their life. And they're not recognizing it yet, and they're projecting, because your truth isn't necessarily my truth, right? And so my job isn't to tell you necessarily what you have to do. It is to give you information and allow you to figure that out on your own. It's to hold space for you. That's what I see as a good spiritual leader, right? Someone who gives you the space and opportunity to evolve on your own, while holding space for that. And so, but you have some where it's like I just gotta be honest with you, like if you go on to certain apps, you will have these people in quote unquote spiritualists. You can't do that. That means this, and this is this, and da da da. Like everybody wants to gatekeep and control how other people experience their spiritual path. Even as when it comes to rituals, which I find rituals to be your spiritual practice is to be very personal, okay? And this does not have to be a spiritual person. Like, it's not necessarily I'm saying that your mentor is something spiritual, or that this entire reading is about spirituality and being wary of who you trust. I'm just giving you a scenario, right? A way to liken the energy of this. This could be in regards to any particular specific knowledge that you're seeking or wanting within the human experience, okay? And so, but you've got some people who think that they have it all in their thumb on it, and that they are the be-all end-all, that what they know and understand is the be-all end-all at this point. You could take medicine for that fact. You've got some doctors who will sit there and attest that this and this and this isn't possible, yet you've got other doctors who will counteract that, who are like, are you not remotely in the know? You know, you see what I'm saying? You have gaslighting in the medical community for patients who are seeking help and assistance. And so it's almost as if it's like, if you thought seeking information from a particular source was the right way to go, let's piggyback this. Let's go on this on a health issue. Let's say you feel like if I go to such and such clinic, then I'll be able to get the answers, and I want to see such and such doctor, and you can't see that doctor for 6 months, and it's almost like no matter what you do, and then when you do set the appointment, as the time closes in, they reschedule it and it keeps getting pushed out. So you're like, I really need to see somebody now. It's almost as if like something's being blocked because the wisdom that you're seeking isn't from the source that you need to go to, right? And so again, apply this in any scenario. It's almost as if you're seeking additional understanding. You want to evolve and you want to expand your knowledge on something. And maybe some of the sources that you have garnered this information from previously just weren't the right sources, and they're saying Spirit's guiding you, okay? And so you may have been blocked on several occasions, and you feel like maybe I shouldn't go after something. Like, even if this is a level of education, if you're seeking to go for a degree and you apply to multiple universities, and Spirit's like, no, we really know where you will thrive the most, and those that will, because when I went to college and I went for my master's degree, I had somebody that tried to dissuade me from going to a particular university for my master's degree because, oh my gosh, they just try to make things so extra hard and it's unnecessary. You shouldn't go there. And I was like, I'm not going somewhere for it to be easy. I want to learn. And that for me just sounded like where they were suggesting that I go, that I really wouldn't learn. That I don't want to go and just get, we all know these people, they just get a degree and they are no smarter for it. Oh my gosh. And that they really don't, you almost wonder, how did you get that? Like really, how did you get that? So I'll use my own life as an example. And it's almost as if, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's a certain place where you'll thrive getting this knowledge. And it's almost like, yeah, we're just going to leave it at that because I've given you plenty of scenarios where I could say, but also I do feel for some, I'm getting the sense of going to a particular person and thinking that this is an individual you can trust to get guidance from. And and they're asking you if something's been blocked, if you haven't been able to meet up with somebody, if you haven't been able to really, discuss something, or if you haven't been able to get together with somebody, maybe it's because you need to be careful of who you trust. And Spirit's like, that's not the person that you need to discuss these things with and to seek advice from. We're blocking this for you. We're protecting you on this. Okay, this is very specific. Okay, Secret Tarot. We're going to pull this out. Ooh, Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups on a split. Okie dokie. Oh, okay. Okay. So it feels like to me they're saying you're trying to get knowledge from somebody else when really you have the better answers. I'm just going to be honest with you. Hierophant is all about like the traditional way of looking at something, the traditional way of going about something. So if we were to use spirituality, people who think that this structure and way of experience and practicing a particular spiritual belief is the only way. If we think of Hierophant as an institution, it's like, oh, the only way for me to really get a good job is to apply to all these colleges and go to this particular college, this particular institution, because that's what society says. I will succeed and be smart if I do that. And I feel like they're saying you're going to be able to do better and get better information. Even if we're talking about going to spiritual, like, I don't want to say gurus, but like these people who spiritual leaders, like this is their job, but there's some aspect of you not putting more emphasis or expertise in the hands of somebody else. Like don't value something external to you more than what you truly know. That the truth you seek, you will actually come to that conclusion on your own. That you know better for yourself than these other people. And that's the reason why we have the Nine of Pentacles. That's that solitary, doing it on your own, reaching that goal by yourself energy. This is even like people who will go and get sometimes business coaches, which I think business coaches are wonderful and they serve their purpose at very specific times. But there's also times where you don't need to be influenced by someone else's belief and how something should be. And it's almost like you know better in this situation. Okay, we've got sixes going on here. got the Star card, which is being led. Six of Swords, which is that transmutation, figuring something out, alchemizing something, understanding it, some type of transformation. And it's almost as if it's like, I feel like there's some kind of healing transformation that needs to occur. You are being guided when you're talking about the Star card. This is your inner truth though, okay? The Star is all about following your inner compass. The star on the Star card is the Merkaba, which is the same star that's in the Hermit's Lantern. The reason why someone goes into Hermit mode is to almost shed all of the other programming and understandings that they have adopted and absorbed from outside sources so that they can figure out what their own truth is. And then they are led in life by that lantern step by step by their own inner compass. And that's what the Star card is, but I'm also getting a hint of some type of healing. So it's almost as if you're needing to heal and shed other people's lenses from your Merkabic field, from your perspective, from your compass that you're allowed to guide you. So if you feel like you aren't getting the answers that you're seeking, there's a reason behind that, because they're saying you're not going to get it from somebody else. And I feel like you probably have sought a lot of things out. These are those types of people who are like, what do I want to do? And so they try a million different things, and they see, oh, this person on social media talking about this, so I'm going to try that. And this person's talking on social media about that, and I'm going to try that. And they're like, you know better than anybody else what to do. And I feel like that's because there is something deep within you that you want to do, and you're feeling like nothing sits or hits right with you in totality. Any of the information you seek, any of the guidance that you've been able to garner, and it just doesn't land right, and you don't really find success with that. And they're saying using your own compass is where you'll find the success. Six of Wands is all about that victory and success. It's a hard-won success. You know, usually on the Six of Wands, individuals coming back into town, he's a battle-worn soldier. This is like going through training and coming out the other end. But this is like the training of life. This is like learning how to follow your own compass. I want to say that they're asking you to please have faith in yourself. Okay, and I feel like they tried to execute everybody else's expertise and understanding and knowledge and beliefs is reason why you keep running into roadblocks. I'm just going to tell you that much. Now, obviously, this scenario is going to be different for everybody. This could be like, I'm trying to figure out how to make money and be self-employed by myself, and so I keep going to other people, and they're like, the best idea is going to be your idea rather than implementing something that somebody else has done. If this is spirituality, it is literally at this point, you need to be your own guide because you don't need to be adopting somebody else's. You're at that point in your evolution where you really need to look at what your truth and your compass is and rely on that versus what somebody else says. And if we're talking about medical, like things that are medical, there are even people who have sought out like particular doctors, particular institutions, particular methods, like the tried and true traditional ways of healing. And they visited like, I don't know, 50 doctors. I'm one of them. And the only real healing they ever came to was when they started following their own intuition and started figuring things out for themselves, because they didn't get the care that they needed and the attention that they needed. Because the doctors really don't understand the conditions, and so they just slap on. And that's not a knock to medicine, because medicine is exceptionally important, all right? Just so that you're aware. I don't feel like, I'm not one of those that's like, everything should be natural and medicine's a joke. No, absolutely not. But they are limited. They are limited. And they're in the job of, if they can't answer, if they don't really understand the condition, if they don't understand anything, they just mask the symptoms or they dismiss. Some people can be very dismissive. And we are made to think that it's in our head, and it's not. It's not. And so you really, you know, in any of these scenarios, it's more, you're going to be more victorious by taking the helm of this, whatever it is, than seeking the knowledge outside of yourself. And that doesn't mean that we completely throw away any other guidance or wisdom that we can get from people who are in the know. It's just that we're seeking A Hierophant is all about the institutions, the traditional ways. We're seeking those answers through some of the more traditional methods, and they're saying, you know, maybe it's like, especially with this, the wisdom from elders, I'm thinking ancestors, I'm thinking people who have been there before, rather than quote unquote experts, right? And doing it your own way and following your own compass and allowing your intuition to guide you. Spirit's trying to guide you towards the success that you're seeking. So to resolve something, right? Six of Swords is all about going from rocky waters to calm waters. It's that resolve, it's that transformation, is getting into the better state. Let's see here. And you may have been asking, like, what do I, like, how do I do this? How do I figure this out? Like, how do I get the answer? Spirit, please help me. God, help me. Source, whatever it is that you believe, but your higher self. And they're saying and you're so used to giving, and you probably are saying, I can't do it. I don't know. I don't understand. I feel like I need help. And that's only because you have a pattern of your life, because you've been programmed to believe that you should always seek external expertise, and that you are not an expert of your own life, of your own being, and your own existence. And Spirit wants to break you from that. Because what happens is, rather than even attempting to actually address, trying to take charge in your life, you just dismiss yourself all the time. And by no means are a Spirit like, oh, you're the equivalent to a doctor. No, but you know you, and you know your body, and you know quicker than anybody when something isn't working. And you know that you get drawn to and feel pulled in certain directions, and you are just dismissing those things because you don't trust yourself. You've been taught and programmed to not trust yourself. Judgment is all about stepping up. And I think that this is that part where Spirit is saying you get to take the lead in your life. Are you going to answer the call? Right? This is, you know, no longer laying down in the coffin and surrendering to victimhood. You are stepping up. Okay. I'm telling you, what you seek, Three of Wands. Because the Three of Wands is also the person who seeks the knowledge, who's waiting for the information, who's waiting for the feedback, right? The shifts to come in, the understanding, the knowledge, the truth. And Hermit, it's from within. What you seek, you will be able to discern from within. We're going to stop there, because that's literally what I feel like they're answering a question to somebody. They don't really want to elaborate. I've tried to give enough scenarios. If this is for you, you're going to know. You're going to know. And again, I don't ever encourage this idea and somehow that any particular institution is so corrupt that we can't. I believe in collaboration, right? And so I would never deter somebody from seeking necessarily or to discredit any particular existing body of knowledge. But how that is applied and how it's applicable to you, you are the expert on. And there are just some things that existing institutions and bodies of knowledge won't be able to answer for you. It is something that you have to answer for yourself. Okay? And I think that's what Spirit is saying. If you've come to this reading, what you seek, and you will feel blocked and not satiated by seeking these particular answers outside of yourself. So the more and more you do it, okay? And Spirit is overseeing this. They're going to make sure that that they're going to keep guiding you until you feel confident in the answer and conclusion that you feel that you come to within yourself. They will help guide you through this, but it will feel uncomfortable because you've been taught to believe that you are not an expert of your own life, of your own being. And you have so much divinity within you, and you have so much wisdom. You just need to tap into this. All right. Have a wonderful and exceptional day.